Hey guys, Fly Girl TW, your travel guide for anywhere but here. This is the best of the best. Welcome to the show. And since we always celebrate the best of the best that travel offers, guess what we're doing today? We are discussing the top 10 world airlines. Now, these awards were revealed July of 2016, but I thought it prudent for me to share this information with you so that you can make better airline choices as you move forward in your travel. I am going to go to break. We're going to come right back. So we're going to start with number 10, and we're going to work our way up to number 1. And you may be surprised to know the airlines that fall within the top 10. But I have a trivia question for you. Which U.S.-based airline fell within the top 10? The answer will be revealed when we come back. Did anyone guess which airline fell, or which airlines fell within the top 10 of the top 10 for the world's class airlines of 2016? There were 0 based U.S. airlines that fell within the top 10 for world's best for 2016. As a matter of fact, there haven't been for many, many years, and this awards ceremony began in 1999. And speaking of in 1999, I do want to give you a little bit of background about the company Skytrax. Back in 99, they essentially just started a customer service survey. They're launching their business and wanting to make their name well known in the aviation industry. So they created the survey. And the survey was not about asking execs what they do or how they do it. The surveys are strictly for the customer. Questions are based on feedback from the customer. So it is 100% customer participation based, which I think is wonderful because we're the ones that provide them with the feedback to improve year after year, flight after flight, right? And this goes beyond being on the airline. Skytrax takes everything into consideration. So it's not just when you board and you're sitting in your seat. This is about your entire customer experience. However, the awards ceremony does have some criteria that I want to share with you so that it makes more sense how these airlines fell with awards ceremony. By the way, it's annual. All commence in one central location to find out whether they've won any of the awards. This is a really wonderful opportunity for the airlines to feel appreciated. You know, we don't have a lot of communication with them, so this awards ceremony is considered the Oscars of the aviation field for airlines. So anytime they can be recognized for the things that they do is extremely important because it all falls back onto the level of service they provide us. Some of the considerations for the ranking are primary, some are secondary. The primary content is really about in-flight service, food and beverage, the professionalism and attentiveness of the staff, the value of the experience, and I don't mean just the ticket price, but the value of the experience. One of the most important things that customers have said that's the high list for them, for me I know too, is the level of comfort for the seat. So that falls into the primary category as well. There's some secondary items like the cleanliness as well as whether there's a business lounge and the level of comfort that provides. The surveys are not restricted to a particular area or region. The customers that complete these surveys are worldwide. And if you're interested in participating, reach out to Skytrax. I'll include their website at the end of the video, okay? All right. With that being said, I want to jump right into the number 10. Coming in at number 10 for 2016 as the world's top airline is the airline Lufthansa. Now, Lufthansa is a Western European airline, and I have to give some woohoo to Lufthansa because in 2015 they ranked 12. In 2016 they moved up 2 spots to number. In fact, throughout the top 10, they're the most, have the biggest growth in movement, so to speak. So they really listened to the feedback that was provided for 2015 and applied it, and they moved up into the top 10 spot. Now, top 10 is not shabby. Certainly top 12 is not. Even prior to this year, Lufthansa has won several awards. For 2016, not only did they rank top 10, but they also for the best transatlantic airline and the best Western European airline. Those are pretty awesome accomplishments. So big ups to you, Lufthansa. We are now moving on to number 9. And number 9 airline you surely have heard of is Qantas Airlines. This airline is based out of Australia and the Pacific region. 2015, they were actually number 10. And so they are rising up too. They're getting closer to the top as well, which means they applied some feedback that we gave, right? And for the 4th consecutive year, they've won the award for the best Australian and Pacific airline in the region, and they've also won that for their staff as well. So they're doing a fabulous job with customer service at Qantas. So congratulations, guys. Now the next one, guys, is EVA Airlines, and they are an airlines operating out of Taiwan, and they actually are the babies of the top 10. That is, they're the newest to be added to the top 10, although this is in their first year being in the top 10, because in 2015 they ranked number 9 and they have risen to number 8. So they're doing a great job as well in progressing to that number 1 spot. Won some other awards, and that was for their best business class comfort amenities, and they've also won the best Trans-Pacific airline. So a really great job for EVA. Our number 7 top 10 world-class airline, it's a lot to say, for 2016 is Turkish Airlines. 2015, they were number 4. This year, they're number 7. So I wanted to do some research to find out what could have happened, even though 7 is a great number. What happened was there was some organizational change that occurred. A type of passenger who's used to traveling all the time and has to go through changes with a process that is already stressful, traveling, especially internationally. Then there were some changes, and that could have reflected in their ranking from 4. Still a really great accomplishment at number. They're located in Istanbul, by the way, in case you didn't know that. Won for the best airline in Europe, as well as the best business class catering. And in that particular category, they won not only for onboard service catering, but they also won for their lounge catering services. So excellent job, Turkish Airlines. We're now at number 6 for the top 10 world's best. Number 6 this year ranked the same last year, and that is Etihad Airways. And you're probably saying who is the national airline of the UAE, about Dubai. And so that is where they are stationed. They won. All 3 awards were for best first class. So best first class cabin, best first class seating, and then of course best first class catering. You cannot go wrong with that. I wonder what their food. Let me tell you about Nippon Air. They are an Asian. To correct myself from what I said about Lufthansa at number 10, I stated that they were the fastest moving airline from on the top 10, and on Nippon Air moved forward 2 spots, and they won some pretty awesome awards as well this year. In 2015 they were 7, in 2016 they are 5. So again, I'll go back to they applied the feedback that was, and ta-da! success. Awards that they won, this is their second year in a row for winning, and for Best Airport Service. They also won for Best Airport Staff. Fantastic. What really matters is that these airlines are so focused and dedicated to ensuring that we have a really wonderful experience from, step one when we book to the time we leave that airport. And I don't think that we celebrate them enough. We're going to move on to number 4. The number 4 spot goes to Cathay Airlines, stationed in Hong Kong. And last year, 2015, they actually ranked number 3, so they slipped a spot. However, they won 2 awards. One was a repeat award, and that was for Best Cabin Cleanliness. Take that as a number 1 priority, and it paid off for them and for us. So congratulations, Cathay. Double woohoo! Because for the first time, they won for Best Lounge. And the reason why this is so great, guys, they renovated it. So it wasn't so awesome a few years ago, and based on the feedback, they were committed to renovating. And the renovation completed, and it gave the customers time to respond accordingly. And so even though overall they slipped a spot, they gained a new award and new recognition from their customers. And I'm sure that that is much more important than a number on a list. So wonderful job. We are down to our top 3. We are down to our world's top 10 airline of 2016 is Singapore Airlines. Last year they were number 2. This year they fell to number 3. Number 3 is not bad at all, is it? And they also won 2 separate awards. They won for Best Airline in Asia as well as Best Business Class Seat. Great job, guys. In 2015, this airline was top dog. They fell a spot to number 2, and that is Qatar. Number 2 is wonderful because they also won some other awards. Qatar has the best airline staff in the Middle East. They also have the best business class business lounge. I dare you to say that 5 times in a row. I could barely get it out once. Their customers love them. Certainly do listen to what we are saying and find that it is important, because they've been number 1, as I mentioned last year, but they've always been in the top 5. One of the things that's interesting about this list is that every single one that I've gone over with you so far, in addition to our top spot for this year, has been in the top 10 for the last several years. So they just keep rotating numbers, but none of them have fallen out of the top 10 for years. So wanted to make sure I shared that with you. Spot goes to Emirates. First of all, this is the 4th time since the awards were in inception that they've won it more times than any other airline on this top 10 list. And they are 100% committed to their customer. And even if that customer's needs doesn't fall within their guidelines, they will see what they need to do to ensure that the customer is satisfied. Think old school customer service. The customer is always right. Now, obviously, Emirates understands that the customer isn't always right, but the customer is always the customer, right? The last thing that I want to share with you is that although there aren't any U.S.-based airlines on the top 10, there are 2 that are moving on up there, and the first is KLM. Virgin America was 26 last year, and it is 25 this year. KLM was 25 last year, and it is 24 this year. So it may not sound impressive to you, but when we're talking about the top 100, so we go to the top 100, that's pretty darn good. So no, they aren't currently in the top 10, but they are doing some things to move up to ensure that we are satisfied, and I wanted to make sure that we did a shout out to them. So wonderful, wonderful list. I think it's really exciting, and I love customer service. I am a strong proponent of excellent customer service because I truly do believe that we all deserve the best of the best. We may not be in first class. we may not be in business class. That does not detract from the experience that we should have for what we pay for, or to be just treated as human beings. And to know that companies out there like Skytrax, so many years ago, innovative thinkers, decided, hey, let's do a survey and let's make sure that it's 100% customer based. And then that was in 1999, and for it to be where it is today, that is fantastic. So I know talking about airlines may not be that fun or that glamorous because we're not talking about a destination, but don't you have to get there? Sometimes it's far away and you have no choice but to fly. And my job is to ensure that you have options, that you are informed. So I hope that you feel informed with this particular episode of The Best of the Best. I am Fly Girl TW, your travel guide, and I will most certainly see you next time on The Best of the Best. Take care, guys. Fly high.